question. How can one best prepare for Ramadan?
MashaAllah, what a question. This is actually an ideal question to be asked nowadays. Less than 3 weeks for Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to live to witness this Ramadan and make it our best Ramadan ever. You still have a chance, a few days to observe fasting. So if you're one of those who fast on regular basis like Mondays and Thursdays, you still can fast until a couple days before the beginning of Ramadan. But if you are not practicing voluntary fasting, then this week you can fast Monday and Thursday, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Then you should stop fasting because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, once it is the middle of Ramadan, you should stop fasting for those who didn't have the habit of fasting, voluntary fasting. And obviously, this is not to prolong the period of them for Ramadan, in addition to the voluntary fasting before Ramadan, just to make it easy for them. Niyyah, an intention. What would you like to do this Ramadan? Definitely is not going to be like in a previous Ramadan. It should be better. So what kind of plan you have? Planning is very important. Our religion is all about planning. And if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So a pen and a paper, a notepad, and write down whether you're single or if you have a family, your spouse, your kids, together collectively. How can we make this Ramadan better than the previous one or the best Ramadan ever? Like we heard that in Muntada, they are inviting Imam so and so, he's going to be praying Taraweeh. And anyway, we live close by. So, khalas, Taraweeh and Tahajjud will be in East London, in West London, in Muntada. We already decided that. This is as far as Taraweeh, not to miss a single night, because النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said, من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Whoever prays at night during Ramadan out of faith and anticipating the promised reward from Allah, all his or her previous sins will be forgiven. Keep in mind that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said in the hadith, من صلى مع إمامه حتى ينصرف كتب له قيام ليلة, which means you should make certain you pray with the Imam until he finishes witr, in order to obtain a full reward of the entire night tahajjud. Fasting, a lot of things that we used to do during the regular days, wasting time with the social media, games, TV. In Ramadan, no chance, no time to be wasted. Every minute counts. So fasting is not only not eating or not drinking. Keep yourself busy. If you're not working to earn your living, recite Quran, recite your morning and evening adhkar, make dua. 15 minutes to 30 minutes before Maghrib, you're doing nothing but dhikr and dua. This is the time of answering the dua. You have to write down that on a paper, hang it against the fridge or on the wall, so that you and your family members would follow the instructions and do a cross check every day, inshallah. Plan, since it is a month of Quran. What are you going to do with the Quran? If you know how to read, then at least you should finish the Quran once in Ramadan, which would require you to read one para every day. Whether you want to recite, that's 20 pages, 5 pages after every namaz, every prayer, or recite it all after Fajr until sunrise, or recite it after Asr and before Iftar, whichever way you like. When you break it down, it is better and easier. Somebody would say, I can recite the Quran twice in Ramadan, then I'm required to recite 2 paras. Sadaqah, not only Zakatul Fitr, not only zakah on one's wealth, which is due annually, but also on every single day. Do you know that the Prophet ﷺ said, من فطر فيه صائما كان له مثل أجره. So if you offer a meal to a person who is fasting to break his or her fast upon, they will be rewarded for their fasting, and you will receive a similar reward without diminishing the reward of either one of you. Which means, as I like to give the example every year, you can plan to fast Ramadan this year 60 days, not 30, or 90 days, not 30. How? Giving iftar to a single person every day, that doubles your fasting. And instead of 30, it becomes 60. To two people, it becomes 90, and so on. And a meal is not really much. And it doesn't have to be in your local community. You can send it to Pakistan, to India, to Palestine, to Syria. People in Turkey now living in tents, you know. So be generous in Ramadan, generous with the Quran, generous with the adhkar, generous with the charity, night prayer. Family members and relatives, pick up the phone, congratulate them, and uphold the ties of your kinship. Ramadan and fasting, all about dua. Don't forget, 15 minutes before iftar time, you guys are doing nothing but making dua. May Allah accept.